Right, guys, you should be able to hear me. Hi, guys. Right, that was a that was a disastrous start. So I'm just going to put back on my Instagram story that we're back live. Hold on. HC, good to see you. Right, guys, it's all good. Right, we're back. We're back. Just posting on my Instagram, guys. Mike is back working. We're live on YouTube. So guys, I'll start answering some questions. HC, my communication skills are good. Everyone tells me that. Just take my word for it. With that being said, and if I genuinely go over the course fully and do 30, 40 calls a day, I'm guessing what you're referring to, what you get out of it. 100%, mate. Like, if your communication skills are really good, there's no reason why you can't book a serious amount of meetings when you're smashing 30 to 40 cold calls a day. Is there any realistic why I won't be able to make consistent £3,000 to £4,000 a month whilst delivering solid results? Please be 100% honest, guys. As you'll know, mate, if you're watching this, or if you watch our YouTube channel consistently, like, I'm not going to bullshit you. It's so achievable to make £3,000 to £4,000 a month. That's literally 4 or 5 clients when you're starting out. And through the course, and I don't want to keep talking about the course because you guys are going to get sick on these lives, but when you're cold calling in the correct way, you're going to book for every 30 to 50 calls you book. Really, you should be booking 1 to 2 meetings once you're really good. And that's what our best sales team, what our best sales guys do. We have a lot of sales guys that work for us and they only do 30 to 50 cold calls a day, and they book between some days they don't make any meetings, but realistically on average, it's probably 1 to 3 meetings a day from 30 to 50 cold calls. And then depending on what your close rate is, like we have a show up rate of around 85%, which is incredible, using the go high level sequences and the strategies we have to make sure that our show up rate's really good. And then in terms of how many we close, we do genuinely close about 70% of the meetings that we have over a long period of time. I'm not saying that I'm not saying we close a client a day. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm just saying over time, that's usually what it comes out to be. Lots of questions, guys. I know there was loads of questions on the previous live that I've just completely missed, but engage estate. I've just chosen my niche as home improvements and doing meta ads and getting client quote ready leads. From your experience, do you think this is a sustainable niche to starting up in 2023? Yeah, 100% it is. The only issue is there's certain home improvement companies and niches that don't do very well in the winter. Some of them not necessarily close down, but they kind of hunker down in winter. So it's not necessarily that it's not good that time of year. You just need to be aware of the objections you're going to get, because there are niches there's some evergreen niches that just don't have customers fade away in different seasons. But then some, like home improvement, like driveways or whatever, they do naturally kind of slow down in winter. So yes, it's a great niche. Once I achieve my goal of £3,000 to £4,000 a month, I just want to sustain it. What is my life looking like? How many hours a day? Very busy with uni, etc. Okay, so £3,000 to £4,000 a month. Let's say you sign at the beginning them on around £800 a month. Really, it should be 1,000. So it's 4 to 5 clients. Once you get them all up and running, so once you've onboarded them, you set up the landing pages, you've done all of that stuff, maintaining that's going to be quite easy, especially if you're getting them results. If you're not getting them results, it's going to be harder to sustain, because you're going to have to constantly be changing things up. But we have clients where we consistently make them. I'm trying to think of a good example where we do very little work. We have one client in particular where in the first 8 to 9 weeks, we made them around £78,000. And we're still working with them now, which is, it's not on autopilot, but because we know the ads that work, it's just a case of getting those new ads up, and then they run for a good solid couple of weeks. So we don't actually necessarily do a lot. However, we host a lot of the infrastructure to keep those ads coming in. So really, once you get to that point, it all depends if you're getting them results. If you're getting them good results, which you're not going to be able to do for everyone. Even Tom and I's agency don't get amazing results for every single business we work with. Like we say in all these YouTube videos, like there's so many different parts that play into it. Hopefully that answers your question. Connor, I'm not looking to make 10K a month. I would be delighted with a consistent 4 month. How realistic is this? What time frame would I be looking at if I try my best 5 days a week? Like I said at the beginning, Connor, like it all depends on how good you are at sales. Like if you started today, I don't know what your existing starting point is. Like some people come into SMMA and they've had a sales job for the past year, so they understand cold calls. They're really good on camera. They're good on Zoom calls, which obviously really does help. Also, there's going to be a phase where you have to learn the service delivery. So if you don't understand Facebook ads, you don't understand Instagram ads, you're going to have to go learn that before you do cold calls, before you do outreach. And the reason why I say that is, and we've seen it firsthand, when we've hired salespeople that don't understand the service we're delivering, their results are terrible compared to sales guys that potentially previously owned an SMMA, because they understand the service delivery, they understand the objections, they just understand the process. So the more you understand it, the quicker that learning curve is going to be. But really, if you're doing 5 days a week, even if you've got like 4 or 5 hours a day to cold call 50 businesses a day, I physically don't understand, unless your communication is terrible, unless you can't communicate, you don't come across very well, you're not very personable, and you're not very experienced, knowledgeable, then I don't see how you don't smash your goals to wherever you want to get it. Obviously getting it past 10K a month on your own is going to be tough, because that's when you have to hire a team and build processes, etc. Hopefully that answers your question. Everyone speaks about getting clients. What about retaining clients? How would I make sure I keep a client? Do you teach everything about that in the course? Yeah, so the course, mate, is 50% how to sign clients, and then 50% how to keep clients. And like the talk I did at the social media mastery event, Aaron Branch's event in July, my whole talk was on how to retain clients. It's a massive part of my agency. It's a massive kind of, not pain point, but almost passion of mine. And why talk, like if you look at the YouTube videos on this channel, it's all about how to retain clients, keep them happy, and run an ethical agency. So there's a massive part of the academy. And to answer your question now, so you don't have to because I don't want to answer all these questions with it's in the academy, is being ethical, looking after the client, having the best interest at heart, not doing crazy over the top guarantees to just get quick cash. But really to guarantee that you're going to do that is just becoming an expert in the delivery, mate. And that's why the videos in the academy get updated all the time, the go high level stuff. And why it's so important to get on the live calls that happen every Monday, because we update you on the new trends that we're seeing. And like, we can't always create a video to put in the academy, because we'd be here all day. That's why the videos the live calls that we have every Monday and these YouTube videos, we'll constantly keep you updated to make sure you're constantly on the hottest thing. HC, will I be able to book one-to-one sessions with you guys for help with my agency when I buy the course? Yes and no. So really, it's not necessarily needed in terms of one-to-one sessions. And the reason being is we're very personal. You get flagged in our DMs, you get flagged in our Discord. A lot of the academy members have our personal phone numbers in WhatsApp. So usually what we do is we go back and forth on voice notes, just because we've tried one-to-one sessions in the past and they're great and we can do them if you need. However, it's not like you have one-to-one session with us and then all your problems have disappeared. It's like, then you need another one, and we just can't do that for everyone and consistently. And I'm very open about that before people join the academy. However, what we do is allow you to and recommend that you film Loom videos of your ad account, film Loom videos of you doing cold calls, send them to us. We can watch them and give you feedback. That way, we don't have to keep getting on hour-long calls, and you can constantly have that one-to-one mentorship. And that's how academy members are getting the one-to-one mentorship. For example, Alex, he got an ad campaign up, was super stressed about it because he really wanted it to work, because it's a new client, obviously, and it's his highest paying client. And he just sent us a Loom video of the ads after 3 days, the ads after 5 days, all the metrics, what the ads look like, landing page links, and we just gave him a full audit of his campaign, made his changes, and then his results skyrocketed. So that's kind of how you get the one-to-one support. Henry, do you have people in your academy that were absolute complete beginners, didn't have a clue? Yeah. So mate, the academy is designed for someone to come in who doesn't even have an agency name yet, doesn't even know what Facebook means. We teach it from layman's terms all the way up to the most advanced go high level meta ad strategies that we implement, all the way to the most advanced section. So it takes you from complete beginner. But that being said, even if you're at 7K a month, 10K a month, you can come in and utilize our experience in growing a team at, now getting to 10K a month, where I put on my story yesterday about Ivan. He's got to 10K a month. Now he needs to hire a salesperson. We're now helping him do that to now scale to 25K a month, because we've been there and done it. So it takes you from all levels. Rob, oh no, hold on. Should I start my agency now while I'm learning service delivery or only after I've learned it? So do it at the same time. Like people over exaggerate what starting an agency actually means. Like to start an agency, all that means is create your name, create your, register your business, get a logo, get a website. You can do that in 24 hours. We've got videos on this channel of how to start an SMMA in like 2 hours. Super easy to do, but really you can't really, to answer that question, how I think you've implied it in terms of, do I go out and start servicing people until I've learned the service? No, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a sales call, a cold call, without understanding exactly what your strategy is. Thanks, Harry. Do you think windows and door installation companies for insulation could be a good option? Then yeah, like mate, it's whenever someone asks me about a niche, I never want to shoot it down. I never want to say it's too saturated. I never want to say it's dead. And the reason being because there's agencies that thrive in all niches, or niches if you're from the US. And it's like, for example, like people always say, oh, is the dental practice industry dead? And if it was dead, then we wouldn't be signed, like we wouldn't sign dental practice clients all the time. It's just different for different agencies and there's different barriers to entry. So what I recommend is just trying all of them. As long as you're not naming your SMMA around an industry, which is you shouldn't do anyway, you're going to be fine. So just try it like cold call, like 300-400 businesses over a couple of weeks, couple of months. If it doesn't work, move on to the next one. It's not like you choose that and that's your destiny. Jake, my name is very unique to my country and hence people can Google my LinkedIn and see I have no experience related to marketing. Should I delete my LinkedIn? I'm starting an SMA while working 9 to 5. Not quite sure what you mean by that, Jake. I would... if people are finding you on LinkedIn and seeing you have no experience, you can build experience by putting a portfolio of your example ads, case studies of different sales funnels you've created, different websites you've designed to showcase that you are, you can deliver a good service. If people are finding, that's kind of your call, to be honest, mate. It's a tough question to ask. Like I would have a LinkedIn. It depends if you use your LinkedIn for your 9 to 5 or not. If you don't, then just create a LinkedIn for your SMMA. If you're not doing any LinkedIn outreach, then don't set up a LinkedIn profile. It's like not many people are going to have a cold call with you and then look you up on LinkedIn. Tristan, how are you, mate? James McCann, is landscaping too high ticket of a niche as the average cost of a job can be multiple £1,000s, especially with the cost of living in the kit? Absolutely not, mate. Like they're the type of businesses we ask you to go after. Like we won't work with a client unless they sell a service of multiple £1,000. Bar a few where we give an ROI of time rather than money. And what I mean by that is like we'll work with a day spa in the US where, yes, we make an ROI back, but it's not a massive ROI for them to see it as a great investment. But the time taken away from time and stress of managing their social medias, their email marketing, their SMS, etc. That's how they get money back. But really what you want to find is clients where you can bring in 1 to 3 or 4 high ticket jobs each month. They break even plus making more money and they keep you long term. So I'd always go after high ticket jobs. What are your best advices about the real estate niche? Yeah, it depends. It depends what you mean by real estate niche. If you're selling houses, it's going to be very difficult to like prove yourself in a 3-month contract because you're never going to sell a 500 grand house in 3 weeks, which a lot of these real estate agents will want you to do. If you approach that project for as in a brand awareness piece or to just grow the brand digitally, help them with their social media presence, email marketing, etc., it's really great. You've just got to remember the real estate industry, whether they're teaching real estate, whether it's mortgages, whether it's selling houses, they do fall under the special ad category, which means you can't advertise based on age and gender and some certain other interests. Henry, how can I balance my tough university studies, medicine and SMMA, 9 to 5? I'm at uni and then I have to spend a good 2 hours revising. How much would I need to spend every evening? Right. Henry, so where are you located? This is kind of a conversation we can have throughout because you're going to have to ping messages back. But this is very common. Like, and we've got people in the academy that do exactly that. They run their SMMA from their university dorm rooms and they make £80,000 a year. And the way they do it is they do the 9 to 5 stuff they have to do. They run their agencies in the evening. But if you're in the UK, they cold call in the evening to people on the East Coast or the West Coast of America who are 5 hours or 8 hours behind. So they don't run into the issue of not having the time to cold call and they just cold call throughout the night. That's my best piece of advice. And in terms to get to 5K a month, the more hours you put in, then this isn't the answer you want. I know you're going to want, like, you need to put in 1 hour, 45 minutes a day to get XYZ results. The more hours you can put in, the quicker you're going to get there. And I try and my very best, if I was you, to just try and get between 35 and 50 cold calls every single day, because that's going to compound you really nicely. You're so driven, mate. Have you guys got end goals or a vision where you want to be? I follow your stuff, but I've never really got an insight into actual personal lives. No, I appreciate that, mate. We've done quite a few videos on the channel in terms of how we started, how Tom and I merged our agencies together kind of 3 years ago, how we had our agencies before, how I had my different businesses before SMMA, where I carried those kind of skills I learned to my SMMA. But in terms of like the vision of the agency, like it's tough. Like we always smash the goal that we set for ourselves, but then that goal just goes, on and on. I think Tom's goal with the agency is a bit different than mine because he's a lot older. Like he's in his 40s. I'm only 24. Well, no, he's just turned 40 if he's watching. And so I think he's looking at more of an exit of the agency. So someone acquires it, which they will probably in the next 2 years, just the growth it's going and like the culture we're building and the team we've got. So I don't really know, mate. Like I would hate to sell the agency if I'm being brutally honest, just because I love doing it so much. And I think selling it, I'd sell it and I'd be like what now? Like what's left for me to do? And then I'll just start another business. I don't know. I don't think I'm in that mindset to think about that yet. I just want to grow it. And because I genuinely believe the way we teach SMMA and the type of SMMA that we've got and the brand we're building, it's difficult. I get on a sales call and it's like, even the clients say, like, I would never go with any other agency after speaking to us. And that's the same things they say to our academy members, just because the way we teach it and we come across so authentic. So like, I just want to grow it in the best way. And just, I don't know, it's a difficult question. I'll have to think about it a bit more, but hopefully that answers the question. Tristan, yeah, nice to meet you at the event, mate. Henry, for me to achieve around £3,000 to £4,000 a month, roughly on average, how many clients would that be? So really, if you're doing what we teach in the academy, so that would be non-negotiable. Every client that you work with has to have all of these pillars, which would be paid ads, sales funnel creation, email marketing, and automations. We don't work with any other client unless they take on all of them. We would never just work for Facebook ads to their existing website because that would just be a disaster. So really, for that kind of package, it's going to be between, for a beginner, £750 to £1,000 a month. And obviously that grows the better you get and the more results you get, you can scale it. So really, it's probably between 3 and 4 clients that consistently. That's all that is. Same with me. I'm interested in how I balance myself as someone doing A-levels, pretty difficult content, heavy subjects. I'm at the point of outreach. If I'm being brutally honest, guys, it's just finding the time. Like you could crank through. Let's be realistic. If you wanted to do 2 hours, if you have 2 hours, everyone can find 2 hours in their day to cold call or do some outreach. And I'm just getting a call from Tom. Yeah, everyone can find 2 hours a day. So if that's 2 hours from 7 p.m. at night and 9 p.m. at night, and you're cold calling a different time zone, you can find that 2 hours. And in that 2 hours, you can build a lead list on Lead Gorilla, on D7 Lead Finder, on Google, on LinkedIn, or whatever it is. And you can cold call 35 to 50 businesses in 2 hours. That's very easy to do. So I think it's just more how you prioritize your time. Like, I think that's all it is. How much money do you think you should load a Facebook account with to see results? Depends on the industry, depends on location. Like when we work with clients in Manhattan who we've signed, we've got quite a few clients in Manhattan now, and in Chelsea and Fulham, the ad spend, or central London, I should say, the ad spend that we require for them to get a decent amount of results in that first initial 6-week period is going to be a lot more than if we were advertising in Newcastle in the UK or Maine in the East Coast of the US. But really, as an absolute minimum, I'd say now is probably £750, so $1,000 a month in ad spend. Any less than that, you're really going to struggle on a local basis. If you're looking e-com or if you're looking nationwide, then it's going to be a lot more if you want to make an impact. And that's only on Meta. Google is going to be a lot more expensive. Connor, I really want to avoid putting my face out there in terms of having an IG and a LinkedIn with my face and name behind it, since I'm more than comfortable and actually prefer cold calling. Mate, that's completely fine. Like I took my agency to very close to £10,000. No, that's a lie. Probably, I don't know what figure it was. It was between £5,000 and £10,000 a month without having my IG account. All I had was a LinkedIn. which I was doing all my outreach from and cold calling. So yeah, I had my face on LinkedIn, but I wasn't doing any video content. And I certainly wasn't doing YouTube or Instagram. You don't need to. Like all the calls that we book from our cold calls, they don't know who Tom and I look like. Like our sales team cold call people, book a meeting with us, we get on a call them, and up until that moment, they've not seen my Instagram, they've not seen my LinkedIn. I think lots of people have a misconception that we sign all the clients we get because we've got 3,000 followers on YouTube and 20,000 followers on Instagram, but that's not the case. Hopefully that answers the question. What's going on with all the websites selling your course for $30? Matthew, it's just something we can't stop. It happens to all people who sell courses. Essentially what happens is someone, a scammer, a fraudster, whatever you want to call them, will buy the course. They will then do something shifty to get a refund without our consent. So they'll claim the payment as a fraud purchase. So then by that time they get the money back, and they also have downloaded all the content, and now they're selling it for $30. Like, there's nothing we can do. We can report them, but that's that. What's your thoughts on the industry in 5 years' time? Good question. I think I've done a few videos on this. I think it will change massively. I think in 5 years' time, SMMA will still be a thing, the same way web design companies are still a thing. However, there'll be something new, which is seen as the next big thing, which, you know, majority of the people who are trying SMMA now will just jump to. And then the guys, probably all you guys on this chat who are actually investing time into learning, or people in the academy, or us, or whoever's got an agency currently, all of those agencies will still survive, and they'll actually thrive because there'll be less shit in the industry. So yeah, it doesn't worry me. I know SMMA will change. We probably won't be advertising on Facebook and Instagram. It'll be a new platform. It'll be, you know, everything will change, but you just change with it. Like SMMA wasn't the same 5 years ago when I started. It was completely different. Like I could just get an ad up to a dental practice website and make them like 35 grand a month. But now that's like completely different. Is there a way to practice your meta ad skills before offering your service? I've seen many case studies, but I've never launched an ad, so I'm a bit worried about that. Get this question quite a lot, to be fair, Felipe. And the answer is no. Like, you can't run a dummy ad and then Facebook tells you how good it's going to be. All I'd recommend is going on the Facebook ad platform consistently, so you understand what it looks like, because there's always changes. Staying up to date with content like this on YouTube. There's loads of good people that produce Facebook ad content and courses, etc. And just practice. It's more so not necessarily practicing it, but I'd browse the Facebook ad library, the TikTok ad library all the time, and look at ads that have been running for 3 or 4 months, because that will show you what type of ads you need to be creating in certain industries that are currently getting results. So that will tell you, right, those are the type of ads I need to create, rather than you creating an ad, wanting some test platform to tell you it's good or not. That's not, you just can't do that. But in terms of you being worried, mate, everyone's in the same boat. It's one of them things where you just have to throw yourself into it. Your first ad's not going to win. The first ad I get up for a new client that we sign isn't going to win. It's the fifth, sixth, seventh one that does, and then you go from there. HC, so overall, you see absolutely no reason why I can't make consistent £3,000 to £4,000 a month while studying dentistry. Can only spend around 2 hours on an evening. I'm more than happy to cold call. Yeah, like honestly, like if you can cold call for 2 hours a day, if you can put 2 hours of cold calling in a day, I don't see it, providing you're saying the right things, doing the right things on the meeting, you understand the service delivery to an absolute T. There's no reason why you can't. There really isn't. There's no reason why you can't. George, how much is the mentorship program, mate? The link's at the bottom of this video somewhere, digitalcultureacademy.com. It's usually $820. It's usually $850. It's currently $720 for the rest of October. Amne, will I make it? I don't see why you can't, mate, if you work hard and just, yeah, put the hours in. Connor M, be brutally honest, mate. Do you have academy members that don't do well? Why is it that they don't do well? Yeah, anyone who says they have clients that don't, anyone who says they have 100% success rate with clients, 100% success rate with academy members or their course or whatever is just an out-and-out liar. And the reason for that is, and I'll do both of them because the agency stuff's super useful as well. The course one is people don't put in the work. The majority of the people that fail with the academy get into the academy thinking it's a get rich quick because they've seen these other YouTubers who talk about it that way, get into our academy expecting it to be the same thing, and it's not. And they sit down and then they listen to a video of us saying, right, we want you to do 35 to 50 cold calls a day consistently and, you know, go through 17 hours of content to learn your service so you're an expert. And they're like, oh shit, I'm not doing that. Or they do it for a month and then they give up. Like that's literally the only reason why people fail. In terms of the agency, why clients don't get results is many different reasons. Like we work with them and the sales team that they've got calling the leads isn't good enough. The content's not good enough. After we work with them, they might have a good first bit of content, but they can't invest in content moving forward. The e-commerce brand, the website might not be good enough, or there's so many different parts of that, which now we've got better at like catching those red flags when we first start working with a client, so our success rate has increased. But naturally, as a beginner, you struggle to pick up those red flags. Does it feel like a full-time job? If I'm being honest, sometimes, like yesterday, I had my first call at 10 a.m., last call at 9 p.m. at night, and that was tough. And they were back-to-back meetings. I think I had like 6 or 7 meetings. That was tough, but it didn't necessarily feel like a full-time job because I knew that, I had 5 new client meetings yesterday, and if I closed them all, that's going to add up to £10,000 a month in revenue. Obviously, I'm not going to close them all, but you get the picture. Like when you're working for yourself and the hard work is going to be repaid financially, it's a good feeling. And I love what I do. Like I love growing a business. I think it's super fun. What are the best time to call businesses? The time of where the agency is. Usually the mornings. Fridays are always tough because people are winding down. For Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are always good from around 10 a.m. to lunchtime. Yeah, that's a good time. I'm 16, but I'm learning in uni and high school at the same time. Do you think I should mention that I'm learning in uni to give a bit of credibility? I'm learning computer science. No, like if you say to a dental practice owner or a driveway specialist that you're learning computer science at uni, they're just going to be, it's probably good. No, it's not going to do you any favors. Like all they care about, and this is what all clients care about, is if they give you money to run their advertising, are they going to make money back? They don't give a shit about anything else. They don't care if you're 16. If they have faith in you and you've got your service and your expertise across in the best possible way, then they're going to spend money with you. Best business model / SMMA / productized service to sell in 2024. In my opinion, it's a social media marketing agency that sells paid ads on all platforms, sales funnel creation, automation. So automating how to convert those leads into paying customers, not just handing over leads to a particular business, and then also taking care of their email marketing, their SMS, and potentially their social media management, along with some general brand consultancy as an overall package. It's not okay just to sell Facebook ads, just to sell sales funnel creation. It has to be an overall package that you're going to take a business from A to B using your service, and you get paid on the back end. HC, let's say I get 4K a month, which is your goal. Now I just want to sustain it. What would my life be looking like in terms of how much time to spend a day? Could you explain in detail? Please remember, I study dentistry, 9 to 5, I'm at university. Realistically spend 2 hours a day. Okay, so let's say my agency has an average retention of well over a year now, which is unusual. And if you follow what we teach in the academy and you follow our retention rules, you can get there as well, which means when we sign a client, we're going to, on average, keep them for over a year. However, the average beginner agency only keeps their clients for 2 to probably 1 to 3 months. So if you get to 4K a month and all 4, let's say it takes you 4 clients to get to 4 to 5K a month. Let's say 4 clients to get to 4K a month, which is your goal. You sign all of those in month 1. In 3 months' time, all of those clients will have left, providing you're just the average beginner agency that loses clients after 3 months. And even if you go through the academy, you still might lose that client after the first 3 months because you've not onboarded them before. Like there's always teething issues that you're going to learn from. I'm not here to say you join the academy, you're going to get to 10K a month within a month and your retention rate's going to be 12 months. I'm not saying that. There's a strong likelihood you're going to be in a better position to be in that position by joining the academy. But yeah, so 4 clients, 4K a month. In 3 months' time, you're going to on average lose those clients if you're a beginner agency. So really, your time spent in those 2 hours is going to be service delivery for them and also filling your pipeline so you're still getting on meetings to sustain it, so that when one drops off, you just sign another one. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's where your time does have to be split. And even if you have 20 hours a day to work on your SMMA, you're still going to have to partition your time throughout scaling as half sales, half service delivery until you can afford to hire a team member in one of those jobs. Do you think you need to load the Meta account with $1,000 even for just 5 quality leads? I'm assuming this is because you've guaranteed 5 quality leads and that's kind of your offer. And it doesn't really work like that. Like, no is the answer to that question. But unless you know what's working, if you spend £100 on a campaign, it's going to take you a lot longer to get those 5 leads. And I don't think 5 quality leads is a good aim for any marketing campaign. Like, we get that for £1,000 a month ad spend. We'd be hoping to get probably 2 to 3 leads a day for a particular business. So yeah, not sure on that question. Does the client pay for running ads or yourself? So there's 2 different fees in the social media marketing agency campaigns. There's the service fee that they'll pay you, and then they'll pay the ad spend directly to the platforms, and you just manage that ad spend on their behalf. We have some clients that we have a retainer plus performance base. So they'll pay us a retainer each month to just do what we do. And then we also get rewarded with 5% of the revenue we generate through our ad campaigns. And we only do that for clients that were on just a retainer first. We've proved ourselves, and then as a negotiation tactic, because they don't want to lose us because we make them so much money, we then incorporate a performance-based fee. Tristan, just want to say a massive thank you for the YouTube. No worries, mate. Love doing it. Do you have any tips for follow-up? Yeah. So like, when you say follow-up, do you mean people that you've done outreach on DMs or someone who's ghosted a call? There's different tips for both. Felipe, how can I make myself stand out from other agencies? Being a beginner, young, and knowing that here in France, taxes are 50%, so I don't think they will give money to just anyone. So taxes for businesses, taxes don't come into it because they'll pay you pre-tax. They'll pay it on their revenue, not their profit, because it's a business expense, it's an investment. So that's not an impact on it. However, I do understand what you're saying. How do you make yourself stand out? Really, mate, it's incredibly easy to stand out when you're in a social media marketing agency in 2023, believe it or not. And the reason being is because so many people are so bad. Like, when you get on a call with someone, if you get on a call with a potential lead, if you can genuinely talk in confidence about the strategy you have, you believe in the strategy that you're teaching or want to propose to them wholeheartedly, there is that's very unusual. And a lot of these businesses will have got on calls with 4 or 5 agencies in their past, and they would have all gone very badly. Like, I had 5 sales calls yesterday, had 3 the day before, and every single one of them said, Harry, like, this is a breath of fresh air. Every other agency that I've spoke to just want to sell me stuff. They don't ask me any questions. They don't educate me on what they're actually going to do and how I'm actually going to get my money back. So really, it's just, when you learn it properly, you actually put the time in, it's incredibly easy to stand out. You don't need to stand out by doing stupid guarantees of, I can bring you 50 high-paying clients a month or your money back, or I pay you 20 grand. It just doesn't need it. Any advice for the dental market? Best way to sign new clients? As a beginner, the dental industry is going to be very difficult because it has been rinsed quite a lot by SMMAs. That's not to say it's dead, and I'm never going to come and say an agency's a niche is dead and not to go after it when our agency is. So try it, mate. Go after it. However, it's quite difficult. A lot of them, practically all of them, I'd say 99% of the dental practices that we sign now, we only sign them based off of the case studies, the testimonials, and the past clients we can put them in contact with to instill confidence in them. Whereas a lot of other niches don't need that. So it's difficult. Yeah, as a beginner, it's going to be quite difficult. But if you've got an established agencies and you've got those testimonials, then cold calling them is going to be great. LinkedIn and / cold calling as an omni-platform outreach method is going to be super useful, because you infiltrate their like inner circle, then you cold call them rather than ringing the practice. And then best way to improve service delivery, content for them is going to be really useful, because most dental practices just get static images up of an old woman holding an apple to sell dental implants. That you need to work with them to improve their content. Sorry. James, how can you get past the gatekeeper, as many people advise not cold calling dentists? It's very unlikely you get to the decision maker. Yeah, that kind of follow on to what I said there. It's going to be very difficult to do. A lot of our dental clients that we sign are from referrals or or we do cold call them, but like I say, it is through LinkedIn, and just having that big network on LinkedIn helps. If you're going to go on D7 Lead Finder and then ring the dental practices on there, or ring dental practices from Google, it's probably one of the hardest niches to get past the gatekeeper. Do you ever take commission of a number of sales? Yes, we do. But like I said, only on clients that we do an exceptional job for. So they all start on, we would never go in and start working with a new client on a performance-based fee. We would start with a retainer for 4 to 6 months. And then once we've proved ourselves, we then escalate it to a performance-based fee once we prove ourselves. Joe Smith, I bought the course after the last YouTube session and just want to let everyone know who's on the fence of buying at the course. I would absolutely recommend it. Everyone, you possibly need everything you possibly need is on there. Love it, Joe. I spoke to you earlier today. Let me know if you need anything at all, mate. And yeah, see you Monday for the live. It'd be nice to meet you. Felipe, I really appreciate the time you take to answer the questions. I love this Q&A format. Yeah, it's going to be every Monday, 5 p.m. It's only on a Wednesday today because I got stuff came up on this Monday, so I still wanted to get it in the week because I love doing them. Sorry for speaking so fast, guys. I just want to get through as many questions as I can. I'll hang around for another 5 minutes. And then if we've got any more questions, just DM me on Instagram. Okay, for dental niche again, do I guarantee? How do I offer lead gen and appointment setting without a guarantee? You don't need to guarantee, mate. Like the easiest way around that is we never get asked for our guarantee. Actually, no, that's a lie. We get asked for our guarantee, but I never feel like I need to even bring up a guarantee. Most clients don't bring up a guarantee because before it even gets to that conversation, I say the following. I say, Tim, you're going to be very aware of the crazy guarantees marketing agencies are giving in 2023, moving into 2024. We think it's absolutely ridiculous. We think it's for marketing agencies that don't have experience to leverage, hence why they're trying to get your money through these crazy guarantees. I'd always read the small print. All of the guarantees you're seeing that you potentially pitched on other sales calls will be, you have to have X, Y, Z to get your money back. I'd be really careful. It's all pop-up agencies doing it. Also, the best line to get rid of if someone says what your guarantee is can you give a guarantee that your service is going to be 100% successful? Can a PT give a guarantee that if I follow his program, I'm going to have a 6-pack in 8 weeks' time? No, he can't, because he can't guarantee I'm not going to go eat donuts every night. Like there's so many different things that affect a guarantee, and business owners aren't stupid, guys. Like when we say this to people, they say, they literally turn around to us and say, Harry, do you know what? Like, I respect that. Finally, someone who's got on a sales call with me and isn't trying to bullshit me. They're just being straight up. They've got this strategy. This strategy is the best and most effective and most aggressive marketing strategy to implement for your business. We get on as people. Let's give it a try. There's no reason why, because all that's going to do is affect your brand, guys. If you go in with crazy guarantees, you're going to get called out. All these guarantees of people that say, oh, 20 Invisalign patients, which is about 40 grand in the first 2 weeks. You're never going to do that. That's tough, even 8 weeks down the line or 8 months down the line, let alone in 2 weeks. So you just don't need it. Just lead with brand, lead with expertise, be an authoritative figure on the call, and more importantly, educate them. Ask them questions. The amount of sales calls I've been on, and the person's turned around to me and said, Harry, you know what? Thank you for being a marketing agency that actually wants to understand my business, rather than getting on a call and saying, I've got this guarantee, I can do this, this, and this. And they're like, you don't even know what my brand is. You don't even know what my offer is. It just like people see straight through it. And I think that's going to change. Like someone asked what's going to change over the next 5 years. And I think that really is going to be something that changed. Like, I think it's stopping now. Like I've called it out from day one. As soon as I saw the first guarantee, I called it out, and I'm seeing more people in the industry stop doing it. It's just going to be hilarious when the people that have been doing it stop doing it and then start calling it out. It's just, I just know it's coming. Right, next question. Did you register your business right away? And do you have to get a website and email right away? Yeah, so I'd recommend, I used to be against getting a website straight away, but it's needed now. I still stand by making sure that when you create that website, it doesn't take you any longer than a couple of days, because if it takes you 2 months, you could have cold called 500 businesses in that time and got your agencies to 5K a month. Just get a website made and a brand name. It doesn't matter. No one's going to buy into you because you have a pretty website. They're going to buy into you because they resonate with you. And yeah, register your business straight away. I registered as a sole trader. I don't know what that is in the US, just like someone who works for themselves. And then once I turned into an agency and got a team and just the structure's changed, it's now a limited company / LLC if you're in the US. Do most niches have gatekeepers on the phone? No, they don't. They landscapers don't. Many day spas do. Like there's loads of ones that don't. It's just that's where it's important to just try them out to see which one your personality resonates with. With email marketing, how many emails should you be sending for that? It's different for every client. We typically send 1 email a week. However, they aren't all sales emails. There'll be educational emails. There'll be mythbuster emails. There'll be emails that actually benefit that brand and benefit that audience, rather, because if you just send 1 call to action email a week, that email list is just the quality of it and the open rates, click-through rates are just gonna fall dramatically. These YouTube lives are converting well for you, lol, buying the course. Matthew, that's honestly not what they're for. I just get so many DMs, mate. If I'm being brutally honest on Instagram, I just don't have time to filter through all of the appointment setters that are trying to sell me their services. So I said to Tom, I'm just going to do this a week. Everyone can jump on, ask me the questions, and then I'll pick up the ones that I can see right away that aren't trying to sell me stuff. Thoughts on video editing in 2024? Love it. It's so needed. The only issue is with it when it comes to outreach is you've got to lead with value. Like I would hire a video editor if someone impressed me enough. We've tried a few, but yeah, you're just going to have to actually send an edited video to the people you want to work with rather than saying I'm a video editor, because the amount of messages I probably get 20 to 50 messages on my Instagram. I kid you not, every single day selling, appointment setting, video editing, the whole lot. Hey, Harry, do you know Joel Kaplan? If so, what do you think about him? I've obviously seen him on YouTube. If I'm being brutally honest, mate, I've not watched his content. I also don't like commenting on individual people because I don't know them personally. If you message me on Instagram, I will give you my honest answer, but I'm not going to publicly shame anyone. But in fairness, Joel Kaplan, I've obviously seen him, but I don't know too much about him. Yeah, I just don't know. Felipe, do you use Go High Level? Do you think it's necessary to start an agency in 2024? Yeah, use it with every single one of my clients. They all have their own sub account. The funnels are on there, the automations. That's what I say in that package of what we offer in paid ads, sales funnel creation, automation. The automation side of things is Go High Level, but we don't sell it as a SaaS product. We don't sell someone's membership to our Go High Level. We just use Go High Level to service our agency clients. And I think that's what's going to be suitable for 2024. There was probably 2 or 3 months ago, everyone was talking about Go High Level SaaS being the next big thing. But now clients are actually saying to us on sales calls, are you just gonna repackage Go High Level and sell it to us? Which is, I called that from the beginning. I literally says videos on this YouTube channel that said everyone's just going to know that everyone's selling the exact same service and get bored of it, which is happening now. What's your thoughts on Go High Level? Amazing platform. When creating new websites, would you use a website builder like Squarespace? Yeah, Squarespace is good. Wix, I usually go for Wix. Yeah, Wix is a really good one. Let me just see if I've missed any questions. I don't think I've missed any questions there, guys. Right, I'll wrap it up there, guys. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Like I say, it's going to be back every single Monday at 5 p.m. Without fail. So if you have any questions in the lead up of that, I know there's a few guys talking about the course. Message me on Instagram. The link will be in the description for the course anyway, but I'd like you to message me anyway, just so I can meet you, have a chat, and just before you get enrolled or after you get enrolled, just have a quick chat. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys. And yeah, we'll see you on Monday for the next live. Cheers, guys.